the unelected ruler of Ukraine, came to Washington, on February 28, 2025, to sign a deal that would give access to Ukrainian rare earth minerals to the U.S. After a now infamous blow-up, Zelensky left the White House, without signing this deal. But given how corrupt a country Ukraine is, the question naturally arises, does Ukraine even have rare earth minerals to sell? The short answer is, no. Ukraine has no rare earth minerals. So, basically, Zelensky was selling nothing. Just some words on a piece of paper. Let's take a closer look. The U.S. Geological Survey states that Ukraine is not known to hold any reserves of the main rare earth elements, which are crucial for high-tech applications. Experts, such as Tony Mariano and John Mavrogines, have stated that there are no economically viable rare earth deposits at all, in Ukraine. Some 60 years ago, the Soviets also surveyed Ukraine for rare earths, and concluded that there were only trace amounts. Nothing to warrant any sort of investment. Late last year, Roman Opomak, former Director General of the Ukrainian Geological Survey, said as much, though in a roundabout way. Quote, "Unfortunately, there is no modern assessment of reserves." Unquote. The only known deposit, the one in Novopoltavska, was extensively explored in the past, and it was concluded that it was not worth investing in. In other words, rare earths in Ukraine are indeed very rare. Ukraine's ghost of rare earths. So, what did Zelensky come selling? President Trump mentioned, in passing, that Ukraine has rare earths valued at $500 billion. This figure is impossible, since the total supply of rare earths, in the entire world, is valued at $12 billion. How can Ukraine hold $500 billion worth? Did Zelensky give this preposterous figure to Trump? It is unlikely that this figure would be provided to Trump by the U.S. Geological Survey, let alone any expert in the field. So, the entire narrative of Ukrainian rare earths is yet another Ukrainian hoax, designed to wangle more money. In other words, Zelensky was in Washington, peddling a very old scheme. Mining stock fraud. Mining stock fraud involves a series of 3 interrelated scams. There is the advance fee fraud, where an investor is asked to pay upfront fees for services or investments that never materialize, or simply exist only on paper. There is the pig butchering scam, where an investor is convinced into investing in fake mining operations with promises of high returns, only to be asked for more money under various pretexts. And, there is salting, or falsifying mineral samples to make them appear more valuable than they are. All 3 of these scams were likely at play in Zelensky's sales trip to Washington. So, the big blow-up in the White House was likely a blessing in disguise. Although, all this makes one wonder, why did the Trump administration take Zelensky seriously when it comes to non-existent rare earths in Ukraine? So seriously, that they were ready to sign a deal? Did the blow-up happen because Washington understood that Zelensky was trying to sell a scam?